Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Kifilo Mang. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't hesitate to hit the thumbs up button if ever the content conveyed on my video is fruitful to you. I just need to mention this. Um, Please note that I am not a registered expert or advisor for any financial or medical institution. I am just simply sharing my life's knowledge and opinions via my videos. If ever you wish to pursue anything, any idea or concept that I'm sharing on my videos, please do your own thorough research. Okay. So today's topic, it's something that just crept on my mind. Okay. It's about sponsorships. How to go about requesting for sponsorships, particularly when whatever the organization or team or whatever that it might be that is looking for that sponsorship. And if you guys are really targeting small businesses, a small business to actually sponsor you guys. So in this instance, for example, like I always said that I'll mostly use myself as an example, okay? Myself, my business as an example. Okay. So let's say I'm running a bakery, right? I'm running it in a small, in a village. I don't want to say it's small. According to me, it's a big village. Look, if you are a team or you are a church, perhaps it could be a school, maybe they want to embark on a certain cause, and now they are looking for sponsorships. Okay, they're looking for a sponsor, and now they decide, okay, we're gonna go and request sponsorships from small local businesses within the village, of which one of those businesses, it's Kifilo's business, it's Kifilo's bakery. Okay, please, people, when you come to request sponsorships, particularly from small businesses like ours, I'm talking about businesses that are making less than 500 turnover annually or even less than 250 annually. When you come to such businesses where you come in to request for sponsorship as a church, I think, first of all, you alone, you should ask yourself as a church leader, how have you been supporting Kifilo's bakery business, firstly? And now, in this case, I'm talking about a church as a collective, okay? Not the individuals, meaning not the congregation individuals within the church. I'm talking about the church itself. Remember, I think that most churches, it's just that due to the restrictions of lockdown due to COVID, there have been changes. However, besides that, churches most of the time they form as gathering place for people. Okay, so and a church normally within a year they've got certain events that they have. It may not be necessarily a big public event, but they do have their own gatherings where, like, let's to talk about the prayer worshipers maybe meeting for a specific cause, where they literally come maybe on a Saturday and they spend maybe 4 hours or 5 hours there within the church. So such times are good times that you could, as a church, you could actually order bakes from Kifilo's bakery for you guys to have some tea session during that meeting or gathering. Okay, not that all gatherings will have tea session incorporated in them, but for some, that's what I'm saying. And also, in addition, if you as a church, you have never supported me, let's just say, how do you expect Kifilo's bakery to go and dig their purse or their pockets to sponsor you for your cause? Before you come to Kifilo's bakery or any other small business to go request for sponsorship from them, please sit back, think first. How have you been benefiting? How have you been supporting that business as a collective, meaning as a soccer team or as a netball team or as a choir or even as a school, if you have not been supporting that particular business as a collective, then if you want to come to Kifilwe and make a proposal for sponsorship at Kifilwe's Bakery, remember now, in this case, you are not talking to the person Kifilwe. Yes, you need to speak to me, the person who is behind the business, the bakery business that I'm owning. However, you are actually speaking to the business. Okay? So I am actually representing the business, the bakery. So now, if you come to me and you request sponsorship, you come to request sponsorship from the bakery and you have not been supporting me, then when you come, your proposal should actually also include the fact of the aspect of how will my bakery benefit if I were to dig my pockets and sponsor you. Remember, sponsorships does not only encompass or involve monetary value, really. So, but also your support does not have to be a direct monetary value to me. Okay, I'll just explain that one further. But when you come with your proposal to a small business that is operating locally, please, 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 please ensure that you also take in consideration on your proposal that you're making. Have a detailed explanation as to how will that small business benefit if they were to dig into their pockets to sponsor your course. Remember, these people are small for a purpose. They are small because of they don't have funds to be big. And they do have, however, they have aspirations to be big. Do you understand? That's the direction they are working towards. So now, any sponsorships that they need to go in and scrap from their pockets, that sponsorship should actually come back to benefiting the business. So, for an example, let's just say, I have a church here that wants a sponsorship. Perhaps they want to go to a conference or whatsoever. They're looking for some sponsorship. And sponsorship people, again, just to emphasize, you can come looking for sponsorship for 10,000. That does not mean that my bakery will sponsor you the 10,000. I can come in at 30% or even at 10% to anything to 80% to 100%. So now, if this particular church is looking for this sponsorship from me, and now I'm looking at the fact that this church has never supported me before. So now, me as a business, my bakery would like to know how will I profit from this. So one of the ways that you can come to me as a church, okay, not only a church only, also please do take what I'm saying into other aspects such as your team or schools or whatsoever, okay. As a church, as a church leader, I can come to Kifilwe's Bakery and say, okay, I'm looking for sponsorship. The prayer worshippers need to go into a women's conference where the cost that we're looking at is about this much. So we were looking at how can you sponsor us. At times, it could be a sponsorship for an event that the church is hosting, and you guys, either the church will be having VIP guests, so they wanted Kifilwe's Bakery to sponsor them with treats for that day to cater for their VIP guests. Okay, so if I am the church leader coming to Kifilwe's Bakery, I would come to Kifilwe's Bakery and say, okay, Kifilwe, we are looking for a sponsorship. And if you are to sponsor us, this is how your business would benefit from us, okay? So, meaning if we have conferences, if we have events, future events where we are having VIP guests and whatsoever, perhaps in a year we normally have about 10 events within the church. About 3 events or 4 events, we will come and order your bakes for that event. So meaning on those occasions now, the church will be coming for out of 10 events that they are hosting, 4 of them. Now they will be coming, placing an order with me where they pay for my bakes to come to be served in that event. Okay. And the other 6 events that we are having, that we won't be necessarily coming to you if you were to order the bakes and pay it us as a church. What we can do for you is that when we have these events, every time when we plan these events, during the planning stage, we will inform you of these events that will be taking place at our church on these particular days. And then you, as Kifilo's Bakery, you decide if ever you would like to partake within this event. So by Kifilo's Bakery coming in to partake, it could be coming in and selling on those days, because now the church, due to the event, the church service will start perhaps at 9 o'clock, and all the proceedings of the day are going to end at 4 p.m. Okay, so it will start at 9 a.m. and then all the events will proceed until 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. So it's almost it's an all-day event in a way, if you look at it. So Kifilo can actually prepare bakes, send someone, one of her employees, deploy them to site to actually be selling bakes on that day on the site. So that's how her bakery will benefit. So I'm not sure whether you guys have understood me, but I hope I was clear enough for someone to understand me. So if you are a school, in schools there are feeding schemes. Yes, at times you find that things are being centralized. The systems are centralized, whereby a school cannot choose who will be their provider in terms of bread products or anything for their feeding scheme. So meaning, if that's the case, the sourcing of what is being served during the lunch breaks or whatsoever via the feeding scheme, it's a centralized thing. Then it means Kifilo has to be registered and register her business as a supplier to the Department of Education within that sector where she is operating, or the district where she is operating, so that she can be considered. However, now, if a school is coming to Kifilo's Bakery looking for sponsorship, whereby me and the school, we don't have any relation. Basically, the school never orders from me, or I'm not even registered with the particular district for as a supplier, perhaps to stand a chance to get a tender, perhaps to supply bread to the schools. So we don't have a relation, we don't have any support structure between the two of us. Therefore, it means the school can always also support me one way or the other. The school has teachers, and the teachers normally they do have some conferences within the school, that type of a thing. So the school can either, during those times, they order my bakes to be served during that time. So the school is practically ordering, therefore it means it's paying for my services. So, and then from there they can always say, okay, we can see that you're a small business operating in the locally within the village where we are as a school. We can also offer you a space where you can send someone, perhaps every day during these times, lunch times, to come and sell your bakes. So they are supporting me, these people. There's a support structure between me and them now. They've established a relationship. Therefore, when they come and request for sponsorship, irrespective that I am still a small business, I would go further to try and meet them. Even if I offer them a 10% sponsorship, or a 15%, or even a 50% sponsorship, but I will try to chip into the table. At times, I don't even have to wait to be requested sponsorships. I can also now see who are the organizations within the village that are supporting me. And therefore, I can also make a savings, monthly savings from my business revenues, whereby I am particularly saving for community projects, giving back to the community. So meaning, even if the school does not come back to me to say, we're looking for sponsorships or anything, they could easily get a surprise call from me where I say, I'm coming, I would like to come through your school to give away some school shoes, or to give a bread supply for that particular day, or treats for that particular day to the learners, or perhaps to the teachers within the school. So hence I say, please, when people go out to source sponsorships from small businesses, come with a proposal that is mutual. Remove the concept that most of us are currently having, whereby when people go out to source for sponsorships, that's because I know Tabang, who has money or has a business that he's running and is doing well, or no, I'm gonna go to Tabang Eskifilo and request Tabang to help me out with 1,000 rand to sponsor us for a trip as a team. We need to go play soccer where we have a match or a gig somewhere, what. Please, that's just a parasitical mindset to me. It's a parasitical mindset. Just so I clarify, yes, there are good parasites that are mutual are good for me and I'm good for them. However, please let us be on that tip. Let us have this mutual parasitical relationship whereby you benefit from me and I benefit from you. So don't come with a one-way parasitical mindset where it's a one-way benefit, particularly for small businesses. Remember, we are small not because we want to be small. Our aspirations are to be big. However, we need support, and support that we need, it comes from you, the communities that we are operating in currently. So therefore, let us go to these small businesses with proposals for sponsorships that are mutual and benefiting to both, not only the business, not only the person who's requesting the sponsorship, but also to the business that you're requesting that sponsorship from. And really, guys, if you think about this, if you are let's just take a soccer team or a choir, okay, you are constantly competing, you are constantly going out, you constantly need sponsorship. So you need to go out, give proposals that are benefiting not only to you as a team or as a choir. You need to give proposals that are benefiting to the small businesses within your communities that you would like them to support you. Therefore, that way it builds a sustainable and a regular sponsorship program. Meaning now it's not a hit and run, once off, sponsorship. Now this is a sponsorship which is constant. You understand? If a church supports me in the structure that I just explained just not so long ago, whereby I've got a constant support from a church collectively, not the congregants. I'm talking about the church when they've got events. If out of 10 events, I'm getting 4 events every year. And on top, the other 6 events or that I'm not getting from the church, the gig directly by the church, but they are giving me leverage to come and sell on those days. Remember now, this can even cause a collaboration whereby now every year, particularly within that particular church, I do some sort of a donation whereby I actually volunteer. Like annually, I know that either during the Easter holiday, I'm coming to a church and I'm volunteering with this, or I'm donating this to the church. Do you understand? Even with the schools, if I'm getting supported by the school continuously, I'm getting a support. Like I said, I could eventually build a CSI account, more like a community account, a community initiative account where I'm giving back to the community. I know that, okay, January, I'm going to buy school shoes, I'm going to buy this and this for these particular schools that are supporting me. I'm going to do these donations to their schools, not only for the learners, but I can also come back and do something that also supports the teachers for the ease of teaching as well. You understand? So we need to build mutual, sustainable relationships. Let us constantly nurture our relationships. Therefore, when you go out there, to request a sponsorship, please do go out there, particularly from small businesses. If you want that sponsorship, please go out there with a mutual, okay, a mutual proposal where not only do you, the person who want to be sponsored, benefit, but also that business is going to benefit from it. Remember, it's also part of marketing our small businesses as well. Please, thank you for joining me, and I hope this does relate to you. Thank you.